Hey Corey, welcome to the Community Living Golf Tournament. Just want to give you an opportunity here to view your swing at regular speed. We'll let that play on through a few times. We'll put you back in your address position and we'll go ahead and take a look at a few things. Okay, so while we got you back here in your address position, let's first of all just take a look at your setup. Your spine is straight and on a nice tilt. Your legs come down into a nicely unlocked position. Your arms hang down nice and naturally in front of you, and the club works out to the ball. So you're achieving really good posture in association with good balance here. So that looks great. We can also take a look at your alignment from this angle. We carry that out. Theoretically, your club face is supposed to run parallel to your feet. Parallel lines will have the appearance of converging. So you're sort of set up down the left side of the fairway, so not that big of a deal. Now you're probably accustomed to maybe seeing your golf ball sort of take off out that way and then watching it typically curve a little bit from left to right with a bit of a fade, so maybe that's why you set up over in that direction. Let's go ahead and do a little split screen comparison here between you and Brandt Snedeker. We've got some color-coded lines up on the screen just as a visual reference as it pertains to swing plane. We can see with Snedeker here as he draws the golf club back, he creates good shoulder rotation, brings the arms and hands back as well as the golf club, and we can see the club coming back along the red line on plane. At this point in time, we're going to start to establish some good wrist hinge into play, whereby we're going to work the club head from below to above the hands, and then we're going to work the club from red up to yellow. When we finally set the club at the top of the backswing, we got the left arm and the club situated on the yellow line. We have full shoulder rotation, and we do this about a very stable right leg, keeping the weight on the inside part of our right foot. With your takeaway, we can see that you have a tendency of pushing your hands and arms out away from you, and the club goes a little bit outside of the swing plane. So one of the things you would like to try and do in your golf swing is just automatically let your hands, arms, and golf club swing more around your body. The golf swing is a circular motion, so let that naturally work around you. Okay, that should be a pretty simple move. From here, as you continue to take that club back, you start to get some wrist hinge into play. You're going to have to lay that club off eventually because your subconscious brain knows that you can't hit the ball with the club head in front of your hands. And you start to see here that you start to lay the club off and start to get it back in a little bit of a better position. Nonetheless, when you finally get to the top, you're still a little bit too upright, steep with your arms. So we would like to try and get your arm unit again as shallow as we can. And we want to do that from initially allowing, again, the hands, arms, and golf club to work a little bit more inside and around us as we initiate that backswing. As we create our downswing, we simply want to move our weight from our right foot to our left, fire our knees and our hips to the target, unwind our core, and fire our hands. And in doing so, we want to bring the golf club from yellow back down on top of red. And that's exactly what we see here with Brandt Snedeker. The golf club has returned right back to being on plane. The other thing we want to point out at this stage of the golf swing is the relationship between the lead form and the golf club. I refer to this as the backwards check mark. It simply means that we're retaining angle coming into the hitting zone, whereby the club head's remaining above and behind our hands. And not only retaining angle, but the golf club is also, once again, returning back to plane, which is ultimately going to allow us to hit a straight golf shot. With you, from your steep position, you end up attacking the ball over the top and too steep as well, so your hands are traveling down blue, and that's going to have a major influence on your club head here coming into the ball. So we're going to watch the club continue to move further and further out in front of you, and it's just coming over the top and too steep, and therefore it's going to influence the swing path, and you're going to swing that golf club from outside to inside, where Snedeker carries that club directly into the ball from the red line, from on plane, and this is ultimately what's going to allow us to hit a straight golf shot in accordance to our alignment. So at this point in time, we can take a look at the pass of the club. We can see Snedeker's club is inside the ball. It expands out to make contact, moves through in a nice, natural, subtle arc. Your club is outside the ball, dropping down and across to make contact, and basically if we square the club face up to that path, obviously what would happen is we would hit the ball out in that direction. If we happen to over-release the club to that path, not only will the ball start in that direction, but now it has right to left spin, and we'll hit what is referred to as a pull draw or a pull hook. If we leave the club face open to that path, the ball doesn't start quite as far left, and then it has left to right spin, and then it'll pull slice to the right. If we time it properly, the ball will be pulled in that direction, and then it will likely just stay in that direction with a soft little fade most of the time, because typically when we're swinging the golf club from outside, sorry, let me clear that off. When we're swinging the golf club from outside to inside, our subconscious brain wants to leave the face open because it knows we're going to miss the ball left. So we leave the face open, and hopefully the ball can follow these red arrows. Unfortunately, it does require a lot of timing on your part, and again, the end result of the golf shot is going to be solely dictated based on the timing of that club face. If we over-release it, it's going to follow the blue arrows. Under-release it follows yellow, and if we time it properly, it'll follow red. Anyways, as we carry the golf swing through, we can see with Snedeker his right heel's off the ground at point of impact, and then as he flies through the hitting zone, I just want you to pay attention to his right foot, how his heel comes off the ground up on the toe of the right foot, and this will allow us to get our weight to our left side and also square our hips around and fully rotate our shoulders. Unfortunately, you keep your right foot fixed on the ground as your upper body's swinging through, and you actually take a little bit of a step with your left foot. So what we'd like to do is we would like to bring this right heel up off the ground, get up on the toe of the right foot, keep the left foot planted, and let's get all the weight on the left side, and that'll help you get to a better finish because your upper body wants to. It's just that your lower body's not really allowing you to do it. Overall, you got some good athleticism with respect to your hand movement. Your hands come back and they fire through great. You got good coil. You coil back, you uncoil through. It looks like your upper body wants to finish, but it can't because you're not creating the proper footwork. So again, refer back to the notes there as it pertains to the footwork, and we'll be able to carry that through to a better finish. And then obviously, ideally, when we make a backswing, we just simply want to learn how to swing the hands and arms and golf club a lot more inside and around us. That will automatically improve your downswing so you don't come so far over the top. And even if it only improves 50%, at that point in time you can go ahead and start working on your downswing and trying to get this thing to come into the ball from an on-plane position. Okay? Anyways, if at any point in time you want to work on any of these aspects, certainly feel free to contact me. All my contact information is at the end of the swing analysis here. Also, if you're involved with any golf tournaments at all, or sit on the committee for any events and you're looking for a unique gift to give to your participants, certainly feel free to reach out. Be happy to discuss those swing analysis services with you. Okay? Anyways, I hope you had a great day. I hope you enjoyed getting an opportunity to see your swing on video, and I hope you have a great summer, and maybe we might hear from you. Take care.